Sup tubers, I am back with a new video. This was actually supposed to be recorded Friday and posted yesterday, but life. Life is just, 2016 can end anytime now. But we won't go with the negative notes. Just know that our family is holding together, strong and everything, and I may be looking at wrist surgery sometime before the end of the year for my carpal tunnel. But the most exciting news I want to share with you is that come Thursday, our new kitty comes home. Magnus will be coming home on Thursday. We've been trying to prepare Orion for becoming a big brother, for no longer being the only cat in the house. He's not taking it too well, just talking about it to him, and I think he understands as much as a cat can understand. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. His introduction into the family when we had Shawnee went with stop that, Shawnee, stop hissing at him, Shawnee, stop clawing at him, Shawnee, get off Orion's face. That's pretty much how that went, so hopefully it won't be too similar, because I don't think my stress level can handle that right now. But I will, hopefully, if Tessa agrees, because Magnus is her cat, I will do an introduction video for Magnus for in the beginning of next week's video. For now, let's get along with our video for this week, which finally is another book review. And the book I am reviewing is my all-time favorite Harry Potter book. It is my all-time favorite movie for Harry Potter. I don't care what anybody says. And it is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And let me read you the inside panel. For 12 long years, the dread fortress of Azkaban held an infamous prisoner named Sirius Black. Convicted of killing 13 people with a single curse, he was said to be the heir apparent to the Dark Lord Voldemort. Now he has escaped, leaving only 2 clues as to where he might be headed. Harry Potter's defeat of you-know-who was Black's downfall as well, and the Azkaban guards heard Black muttering in his sleep, "He's at Hogwarts, he's at Hogwarts." Harry Potter isn't safe, even within the walls of his magical school surrounded by his friends, because on top of it all, there may well be a traitor in their midst. Give myself great credit for reading that with a neutral tone, because Sirius is my favorite, and every time I hear something negative about him, or I'm watching the movie, or I'm reading the book, I immediately jump to his defense. Main characters of the book. Obviously, Ron, Harry, and Hermione. As always, they are now 13 years old, growing up a bit more. This book kind of introduces a little bit more into why I dislike Ron. I don't want to call it his inability, because it's not really an inability, it's just how he is. His gut reactions to people's differences has always sat wrong with me, because I'm different. I grew up different, and I was always very oblivious to people's negative opinions of me. There was actually a time when I was more active on fanfiction.net, where there were apparently forums dedicated to trashing me and my writing, and I had fans and readers sending me messages saying, "Oh, these people are saying this, and we're standing up for you, and they're saying all these negative things about you," and I'm like, thank you for standing up for me, thank you for having my back, but I didn't know, and people are entitled to their opinions. That's how I feel, but at the same time, I know that not everybody is like that. So even if Ron is a fictional character, the fact that his immediate gut reaction is negative instead of understanding, or at least an attempt at understanding, it just makes it very difficult for me to like him. And as the books go on, his treatment of Hermione gets worse and worse. And from a girl who has had the guy she likes treat her like that, it's not a great feeling. So it's very hard for me to like Ron, and this book picks it up another notch about why. Hermione is also overworking herself in this book, taking too many classes and using the time turner to get to all of her classes. But at the same time, if anyone could pull it off, it is Hermione. New characters. We have Crookshanks, Hermione's cat, who is a little demon ball from hell. Well, not so little, but anyway, we've got Crookshanks. And we've got the true identity of Scabbers. We also have the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, Professor Remus John Lupin, who happens to be an old school friend of Harry's father, and more than willing to share a few tales. We also have the escaped convict from Azkaban, Sirius Black, who also turns out to be an old school friend of Harry's father's, and isn't actually the bad guy they make him out to be. Who are the other new characters? There is also Buckbeak, the Hippogriff. I think that's all the new characters right now. Off the top of my head, I believe that's all the new characters. Oh, and there's also the owl Ron gets from Sirius at the end of the book. His name I can't actually remember at this current moment. That's driving me nuts. But that's okay. Crookshanks is definitely a very good cat. Definitely a cat I'd want to have on my side. I have no love for Scabbers. I've never had any love for Scabbers, even before we found out his secret. Remus and Sirius are two of my top 3 favorite characters. Literally, I have 3 number 1 favorite characters, and it is Sirius, Remus, and Tonks, followed very, very closely by Luna. And I will legitimately talk myself blue in the face about how much I like them, so let's not do that. Plot summary. As I read to you in the panel, Sirius has escaped from Azkaban. He's the first person ever in history to manage to do this, and it seems his one destination is Hogwarts. So that means Dementors, the guards of Azkaban, are now also guarding the castle. The downside to this is Dementors feed off of a person's happy memories, off of their positive feelings, and leaves them with only their truly worst nightmares. And unfortunately for Harry, in his 13 years of life, he's got quite a few of those. So he is experiencing, every time he's near a Dementor, he is experiencing some truly horrific memories and images and sound bites in his mind that none of his classmates can even begin to hope to grasp or imagine. Paraphrasing Remus. On top of that, he obviously still has school. He still has to deal with Snape. He still has Quidditch, which I'm pretty sure book 3 is Wood's last year, so, you know, he's kind of... and on top of that, we got the side plot of what's going on with Remus. Why is he sick all the time? Why does he look so run down? What's with all his mysterious scars? You get little hints and clues throughout the entire book before the big reveal in the Shrieking Shack about just what Remus is. And personally, I think it's really cool that he's a werewolf. I'm pretty sure he doesn't agree on that front, but I think it's pretty cool that he's a werewolf. You've also got the little mysteries of why does Crookshanks keep disappearing? Where is Crookshanks going? Why is Crookshanks just suddenly appearing out of nowhere? You've got the mystery of why does Scabbers keep disappearing? What's happening with Scabbers? Why does Scabbers look like he's got one foot in the grave? And then you've got the added drama of Harry's learning from Remus about his parents, but he's also learning how to protect himself against the Dementors with the Patronus charm. And there's just a lot of little bits and pieces that fit into the 2 main plot lines of what is Sirius really after and what is Remus. And I think my favorite part about this book, which now we're going into overall opinion and recommendation. My favorite part about Prisoner of Azkaban is it has nothing to... Voldemort is not in it. He's not there in the form of a mysterious diary. He's not there in the form of hiding on the back of a teacher's head. He's mentioned, but he is not there at all. And I like that that JK was able to... I think this is part of what the problem people have with it, is there's no Voldemort, and, you know, he's the main bad guy, so you're like, well, he's got to be there. But no, he still influenced the plot of the book. He's still there in influencing the plot, And I like that he can still be an influence without actually physically being there. Add on to the fact that I absolutely love werewolves. So you've got me right there with Remus. And I love the twist of Sirius actually being a good guy and Scabbers being the bad guy, and Remus realizing he's spent 12 years hitting the wrong best friend for doing something he obviously could have never done, because James was like Sirius's brother. James was like both their, James was their family, and learning the truth and finding out that it was really Peter who did it all. And to me, the more personal aspect outside the focus of on Harry is what makes it such a good book, and I love that. And the fact that, unlike in the first book where you're never going to see Quirrell again because he's dead, and in the second book where you're never going to see Lockhart again because he's lost his mind, and which turns out not to be true, we do see him again. You just know you're going to see Sirius and Remus again. You know these are characters that are going to stick. And you have the little bit of hope that for that little bit of time that Harry's going to get away from the Dursleys and he's going to be happy, and he's finally going to have a happy home life. And even if that gets taken away, he still has another family member. Because you can't say he has no family. He's got Harry, he's got Ron, he's got Hermione, he's got Hagrid. He's got one more family member, and literally an official legal family member now. He's got his godfather back, and Remus is almost like an uncle to him. So he's got more family members now, when before he didn't, really acknowledge that he had any. But now he's got more. He's got somebody outside of Hogwarts to call family. And that just is, for me, is amazing. Overall, the entire book, it's my favorite Harry Potter book. The only negative thing I have about it is Ron's reaction to Remus when Hermione tells them what he is. And I explained already why that's such an issue for me, so I'm not going there again. So that is the only negative I have for it. And this will be one of those books that I read to my children before they're even born. I read it to them when they are born, as they're growing up. Harry Potter will be a household name. Harry Potter, any of the books, is great for children of any age because it teaches them how to deal with life's problems, how to deal with every person's unique situation. And I think that is why I will continue to read them, and I will continue to recommend them and say, please go out, get them. 10 out of 10, 9.9 out of 10, Ron. So 9.9 out of 10 for Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I 100% say go out, get it, read it, live it, love it, and pass it on. This is a book these are books that will last generations, and it is probably the best thing we can pass on to our children. So that is the review for Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I hope you liked it. Give the video a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below if there's anything I didn't touch on in the book that you think I should have. Give me your opinions on what I did talk about. Let me know who your favorite characters are. I would love to know if there's anyone else out there who, idolizes the Marauders like I do. And just think Luna is the best possible character ever. Also, I want to know, do you ship Harry and Luna? Because I do. It's how I write it. I love Ginny, I do, but I have another relationship for her that I don't want to reveal yet because it will be coming out in my writing in the book I'm working on, actually, which is the 6th one. So, yeah, as always, my social media will be down in the description below, so contact me on there if you want. I am definitely going to start working on the hair and makeup tutorials for my different characters because I just love the idea so much. And I will see you guys in next week's video with an introduction to little baby Magnus. So, until then, bye!